Hi there, Tracy with the 3-Wick Thesis Candle channel, here today to share with you another episode of Lit Review. This one is focused on the re-released series Strawberry Shortcake from Goose Creek. A couple of things I want to note before I begin sharing my first burn impressions with this series. One is that they recently changed their sale from 5 to 55 to buy 3 get 4 free. I did check this morning before recording this video, and these candles are not included, not even in terms of a glitch, in that sale. So if you add 7 of them to your cart, you're going to pay $12.49 each. The other thing is that the extra 10 coupon that they provided on Wednesday that I shared with you Wednesday and Thursday is now no longer valid. I did try putting that in to see if the promo code still worked, and it does not. So that disappeared with the 5 for 55 sale. I will say that if you really want this series, or you're confident that you want one of these candles and you don't want to miss out, snag it. I don't know how quickly these are going to sell out. If you can wait, I'm sure eventually these will go on markdown. It usually does take a while with the licensed candles. It's often once they've deemed them as more of a clearance item than a regular price item. I'm not going to go in any particular order with presenting my impressions. I'm just kind of grabbing from the pile, and the first one I'm picking up is the Raspberry Tart. I'm going to go ahead and just post the burn video up here to my right as I talk so you can see what that looks like while it's illuminated. I'll also note that all of these wicks are going to have huge mushrooms on them. That is because I have started to not trim my wicks for the first burn. I have found that that has resulted in a better pool the first time around. I don't burn them for as long because they do tend to get really hot when you do that. And then I just trim off those mushroom heads going forward, keep the wick pretty close to the wax pool going forward, and it's been really successful. So the wicks mushrooming are the result of me not trimming, not that there's something weird about these candles, and that is a relatively new practice for me that I'm trying out and have had some success with. Okay, so Raspberry Tart. This was a repurchase for me. I bought this last year during a fall clearance. That might give you insight into whether or not this one will stick around. It was still around last fall. I snagged this at 60% off during their warehouse sale that happened in October. Last year's label had a heart on it, so I actually saved it for my February rotation. Really enjoyed it, but it did suffer from some throw issues. I had held out hope that the new repackaging might result in a new formulation. After burning it last night, I can tell you it has not. This is the same candle, same throw, at least on first burn. The other thing I will say about this candle is that if you are expecting a tart crust bakery note in it, I don't get that at all, at least not for my nose. To me, this smells more like a raspberry jam. It's delicious. You definitely get the sense that there is like an ooey gooey baked fruit, but I don't get the impression that there is a tart note. That in comparison to, what's the other one that has the tart note? Is it the Custard? We'll get to it. That one, actually, I do not like the tart note at all, so I'm happy this one doesn't have it. But if you're looking for it, you're going to want to pass this one. It really is just a fruity, jammy, beautiful raspberry candle. But some throw issues. Okay, next one we'll just grab here, Lemon Meringue. Now this one of the group, I burned 7 of the 8 because one of them is a duplicate, right? The Best Friends and the Strawberry Shortcake are the same. This is the only one of the 8 that I've already burned twice. I was drawn to this one. I actually had this one going last night with Iced Lemon Pound Cake, Lemon Gelato from Yankee, and number 33 from Bath & Body Works. I was feeling it. I was feeling the lemon vibes, y'all. This one melded very well, and this was in my open concept space where I normally and consistently burn anywhere from 3 to 5 candles at the same time. And this was beautiful. I had this one closest to me. It's really pretty. It smells almost exactly like Bath & Body Works Iced Lemon Pound Cake. I think there's just a slight distinction in that this one I feel like has more lemon flavor or fragrance. It does remind me of like a lemon curd, what you would get with a lemon meringue pie. But in terms of sweetness, it has a comparable gourmandy sweet aspect to it, but I don't feel like it's quite as sugary as Iced Lemon Pound Cake. So you kind of have what I feel to be a little bit better of a balance between the sweet and the tart than Iced Lemon Pound Cake by Bath & Body Works. I love Bath & Body Works candle, and it has its place, but sometimes it's a little bit cloying and can be overwhelmingly sweet. I feel like this one has just a little bit more tartness in it and maybe is a bit more well-balanced. This one also I feel like had better throw than the Iced Lemon Pound Cake. Now, to be fair, I am burning last spring's version of Iced Lemon Pound Cake. I've heard that this season's is much stronger and throws better, so I'm basing my conclusion that this one is a stronger thrower on last year's candle, not this year's. Something to keep in mind. Next one, y'all, hello, this is gorgeous. Blueberry Muffin. Hang on, I gotta snip it. It's so pretty. Okay, so, was really hesitant about this one. Didn't want to get my hopes up. I love blueberry candles, but they can also be low throw. They can fail to deliver on a good balance. I lit this one first because I was really excited about it, and it delivers. It's beautiful. The blueberry comes to life. It's juice, plump, full fruited. It feels like a giant macerated pile of blueberries is in your room. And the muffin note is very subtle. It's there, but it adds this just kind of note of like buttery, brown fragrance. It's not burnt. It's not bitter. It doesn't smell like an entire muffin. It's almost like you were macerating blueberries in front of you and someone was baking blueberry muffins in the other room, if that makes any sense. So you get that baked good note on warm, but it's not equal to the blueberry. The blueberry is dominant and it's gorgeous. I will be picking up another one of these because I'm going to be burning this blueberry muffin one in my April rotation with the blueberry pie one from the Peter Rabbit series. And I want to make sure I have an extra one of these for summertime. So this is going to be a repurchase for me. I'm already loving it. Plus, I'm biased. It's blue. This was my favorite Strawberry Shortcake character, so there's some nostalgia there too that's influencing me there. Okay, Strawberry Shortcake is actually the one I didn't burn. I burned Best Friends because that is the exact same candle. So let me pull that out here. Here is the label again. And by the way, I did do cold impressions unboxing on all of these candles in a video I posted 2 days ago. If you didn't catch that, I'll go ahead and put the link to that video in my description in case you want to check that out. So this one, Best Friends, let's see, what do I have in my notes? This one also was a low throw. Very comparable to Strawberry Pound Cake from Bath & Body Works on warm. In fact, I might argue almost indistinguishable. There might be more distinction, but because both of those candles are low throw to me, honestly, I can't tell. So glad that this one is the same as this one because I'm going to be burning them both at the same time in a smaller room so that I might be able to actually smell them. And I would say that this one has an even lower throw than the Raspberry Tart. But you get just this really nice, sweet strawberry. It's not too cloying. It's not too overpowering. It's very subtle, very sugary, so very jammy. And then you do get that like shortcake note. It just gives off a little bit of, again, similar I think to the blueberry muffin, just like a brown, buttery, baked note that's kind of underlying the strawberry. But not super strong. Maybe just a little bit more fruity than Bath & Body Works. At any rate, I'm going to be burning these with those, and I won't be able to tell the difference. So if you like Bath & Body Works Strawberry Pound Cake and you want the shortcake label, I would say get this. Otherwise, I think you can get a better price at Bath & Body Works when those candles go on sale, especially if you have a coupon. Okay, next one, Orange Blossom. Now this one, as I noted in my cold impression, Orange Blossom is the character's name. It is not intended to imply that this is a floral candle. This is very much a sweet citrus candle. Now, when I lit this, I was pretty surprised at how creamy the candle got. You get the orange and it's in there. It's almost like the orange you would get in like a Fruit Loops or like a sugary cereal. It's tangy. Not so much like sour and bright, but just has like a tang note to it, while also being juicy. And then there's like this vanilla cream element. And I'm trying to think, I don't know if I made this up. I'm going to do some Googling. And if it's real, I'm going to put a picture up here. But I am pretty sure I remember as a kid, it's like Brock's or somebody came out with like fruit swirl candies that were supposed to be like their peppermint swirl candies, but they came in fruit flavors. And I'm pretty sure they had an orange cream, or maybe it was Lifesavers, whatever. The picture will tell the story. Somebody came out with an orange cream swirl candy, and that is what this smells like to me. The creamy sweetness balanced with a like tangy orange. If you like orange and you like candy or more tangy orange, then I would say snag that one. Custard is the next one I just grabbed out. This one, of course, is named after the cat. It does not have any sort of custard note to it. It is not eggy or pudding-like at all. And this one is absolutely gorgeous when it's burning, but also, whoa, really sweet, y'all. It is strawberry buttercream on your face. It is very sweet, very gourmand. You get that really rich, deep, creamy butterness from a buttercream frosting. And the strawberry is there, which is, I think that's got to be difficult to pull off because I feel like strawberry doesn't usually come through very strong. But in this candle, I feel like it actually does balance pretty well with that buttercream. So if you like any sort of cake frosting, buttercream, any of those classic gourmand frosting candles, and you like strawberry, you're going to want this one. It's super sweet, super rich, smells literally just like buttercream frosting, and it had amazing throw. It overwhelmed me when I walked into the smaller room in a good way, but if you're sensitive, you'd want to put it in an open concept because it's a strong one, at least with first burn. And then the last one in the warm impression review is going to be Apricot. This one is the one that has the tart note, not the custard. I was wrong on my initial statement back there. So this one, I don't like this one. And it's not the candle itself, I don't think. It's just my taste. So if you like peachy candles, which I'm already kind of like, they're risky for me. I tend to think peach can be way too sharp and almost verge on like a urine smell for me. Tie that in with this tart note that's in here that doesn't feel quite right to me. I get what they were going for, but it ends up just smelling artificial. I don't get like an actual tart fragrance. And it reminds me a little bit of the bizarre baked good note that's in Honolulu ice cream that's supposed to be like sugar cone, but then it kind of smells like burnt waffle cone and it kind of smells like graham cracker and you can't really tell what it is you're smelling. This one's the same way. The tart note in it is just kind of weird. Yeah, I just don't like it. It doesn't mean it's a bad candle. It's just not my thing. The tart note is off. Now, the peach note in this was actually pretty mellow when it was warm. I don't feel like it was as well balanced as it should be. The peach was lower than the tart note, and I would want the reverse. I would want more peach and less tart. This candle also had pretty low throw. Again, the low throw ones, other than the raspberry tart, I'm assuming this is the same as last year. That's not going to change. But the other two that had low throw, that could just be because this is the first burn. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 burns before a candle comes to life and you really start to get the throw. So that's just something to keep in mind. But also, it's possible these just aren't going to throw for us. All right, y'all, let me know if you end up picking any of these up, what you think of them. If you already have them from last year and you want to add any comments to the conversation, please put those below. I love chatting with y'all. I love when y'all chat with each other. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. As a teacher, it's one of the joys of being a teacher is to put out ideas and to have people want to talk about them. There's nothing more awkward in a classroom than trying to teach students who don't say anything. And there's lots of reasons why that is. Some students are just shy, and that's okay. But it goes so amazingly when students contribute to the conversation. So I love that about my YouTube channel, that I can bring information to y'all, and you all contribute and you make conversation. You dialogue with me and you dialogue with one another. It makes me super happy. So please put your comments below if you have anything to add or if you have any questions, I can try to address them. If you appreciated this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. That always makes me feel good. And if you aren't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you can see my videos in your feed. Thanks so much for taking time with me today. I know you had other things you could have been doing. I really appreciate you being here. I'll see you again in my next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.